All right. Welcome to the Happy Whole You podcast. We're so glad you are joining us this morning on this live stream. And today I have a special guest with me who you can see on the screen. And just to give you a little bit of background, Anthony here, he helps people optimize their performance by addressing the physical, emotional, and mental aspect of well-being. And we actually talked about this in episode 229 on the Happy Whole You podcast. It was unlocking the code of human potential. So go back and check out episode 229. And then today we are going to talk about we think we're going to talk about, but you never know where the conversation could go. We're going to talk about new personal development that liberates untapped human potential. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Dr. Anna Marie, it is absolutely phenomenal to be back on your show. Thank you so much for inviting me to come back. And hopefully, between the two of us, we'll be able to educate, motivate, and empower your listeners to achieve a higher level of living.
Oh,
that's what we're looking to do.
Mic drop. I love that. And we are streaming live on YouTube and on LinkedIn where other business professionals play. And we're so happy to comment or ask questions. I can see.
I want you to comment. Please comment. Some of the stuff that I'm going to say is going to shock you. And I want you to comment and ask questions so that I can answer your questions for you. Because a lot of this stuff I'm going to say, you ain't never heard before. I promise you haven't. So, if you get some stuff, if I say some things to you that resonate, let's talk about that word resonate. That means if you feel it, either if you feel it in a good way, or even if you feel it in a bad way, it's resonating inside of you. So let's talk about it.
Yes, I love that. Okay, well, I have a question for you. Because we're talking about new developments that we're finding with untapped human potential. So when it comes to unlocking that untapped human potential, what are some new findings that you've discovered that are helping people really step into the extraordinary leader and individual that they're meant to be?
Well, I tell you something. I'm super excited about 2025, 2026. And because science is just now, Dr. Anna, it's just now starting to catch up with what I know. I've been teaching this stuff for so long. And to be honest with you, science has just not been there to support what I've been saying because it is very difficult for science to measure the metaphysical realm. Mm-hmm. The metaphysical realm is an invisible realm, but it has all the power. It creates everything in the physical realm. So it's very difficult for science to measure something that they can't see and something that is eternal. So, and that happens to be the essence of who you are as a human being. So if you really want to optimize yourself, you're going to have to look beyond your human nature because that's limited. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm super excited that science is now starting to prove what I have been talking about for the last 28 years of my life, about how powerful you are and about how powerful. Now, listen to me, guys. I know some of you don't want to believe this. But if you'll just look at your life, you'll see that this is the truth. I want to discuss laws, not your opinion, not my opinion, not your belief, not my belief, but the law. The law is your words, whatever words come out of your mouth creates your existence. That's it. And I know you don't want to own up to that because that takes a tremendous amount of responsibility to be cautious and careful about what comes out of your mouth. Your mouth is a creative organism. Your words are creative. There was a scientist, and I believe he was from China. I forgot his name, but a prominent scientist.
Oh, go ahead.
And you probably know his name. He did some research on how words affect water.
Dr. Emoto.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's a Japanese scientist. And Dr. Emoto's work on water has consciousness, meaning, the words that you speak to water can change the structure of water. And if our bodies are 70% of water or more, what do you think your thoughts and your words are doing?
Oh, absolutely. See, you have something inside of your body, folks. And you don't believe me. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this before we even get started. Don't believe a word that comes out of my mouth. I want you to go research it yourself because that's how I discovered this for myself. I listen to what someone said, but then I also use the tool that God's given us all, which is called critical thinking. So I started critically thinking and doing my own research, and then the things that resonated inside of me, I started applying to my own life, and I seen that they work. Then I started applying it to my clients' life, thousands of clients, and it worked. So at the end of the day, you have something inside of your body, and your cells are swimming inside of this. It's called your interstitial fluid. It's fluid, it's water. So your cells are swimming around in that stuff, okay? So if that interstitial fluid is acidic, you got problems. If that interstitial fluid is alkalized, you're going to be healthy. Your body's going to do what God created it to do, which is to give you energy, to rejuvenate, and to heal itself. That's what the body is able to do. 100%, as long as you're breathing, you're able to heal yourself. You're able to rejuvenate yourself. That's the way the body was created, and it's encoded inside of you. There's nothing you can do to change it. Now, you can get in harmony with that and have good health, or you can get out of harmony with that, and you're going to struggle with your health. So at the end of the day, as we were talking about, Dr. Emoto, who did the research, the clinical research, the scientific research that showed that positive words change the molecular structure of water. Negative words changes the molecular structure of water. So if you are 70, 75% water, don't you think you should listen to this? And if your cells are swimming around in that interstitial fluid, which changes and transforms based off of the way you're talking to it, look what happens here, guys. If I could just get you to get conscious about what you're saying to yourself, and if I can get you conscious about what you're saying about yourself, your life is going to change. That is by law. It has no choice.
Yeah.
It has no choice. It has to change because your words create your existence.
Yeah.
God tried to show you that when you say you get, I feel sick, man. You start coughing a little bit. I feel sick. And guess what? You say it. You say it to yourself internally. Then you say it to yourself externally. Then you go tell another person, I don't feel well. I think I'm getting sick. And then you marvel at the fact that your body manifested sickness.
Yeah. Our thoughts and words are really powerful. When I go on stage and work with organizations, one of the things that I'll do, and I talked about this actually yesterday on a live I did, is so you're talking about the words and speaking, but it's also the words that we're thinking. And so I'll have someone come up on stage and I'll hold up to the audience the number 1 or the number 2. If I hold up the number 1, and by the way, the person in front of me has no idea which number I'm holding up. Number 1 means just to think in your mind the word love. And if I hold up the number 2, you're only thinking in your mind the word hate. And so the person that's standing on stage, they hold their arm up, and I'm like, I tell them, I'm going to push your arm down. Hold your arm straight up, right? And when I hold up number 1 and everyone is only thinking, we're only thinking love, and this person isn't thinking anything. They're probably thinking, what the heck's going on? They're stronger. When the audience is thinking the word hate, their arm drops. It goes down. So it's so powerful, especially within organizations, how it's not just our thoughts and our words affecting our biochemistry. It's how our thoughts and our words affect the person in front of you. So when we're talking about leadership and leaders, how you walk into a room and the narrative going on in your mind is going to influence that entire room, every physical being in that room. And so that's what's really interesting about, this epigenetics, neuroscience, this physics, all of this coming to light where, it's science is backing up, more of this quote unquote spiritual. It's just laws of the universe, and it affects everything that we do in each and every day. So, okay, so maybe somebody is out there and they are thoroughly.
Hey, Dr. Anna, I'd like to add to that.
Yes.
See, the big picture there is this. People don't want to believe this, Anna, but it's the truth. I'm going to say it very slow. We are all connected. Period. Why is it that I can say words that are going to affect you externally? I can say words, and what people don't understand is this. When your words leave your mouth, they enter into eternity. They go beyond your community. They go beyond this earth. They go beyond this galaxy. Everything is connected. I need you to understand that. Mm-hmm. Everything is. That's why when the audience itself was thinking of love, the body got strong. Why? Because the body is a body of integrity. The body knows. Your body has all of the intelligence of eternity inside of it. That's the thing that's absolutely amazing. It's all inside of you guys. If you'll just listen to me, man. And I'm telling you something, the problem we have right now is our society is training you to focus on your external life. Mm-hmm. They're training you to focus on trying to improve other people, try to control other people, try to manipulate other people. That is against the law of creation. Why do you think we see so much confusion on this planet and in our country? It is against the law of creation. The law of creation is harmonious. Yeah. The law of society is fight, division, judgment, anger. That is the law of society, but the law of divinity is love, acceptance, no judgment, support. And here's the deal. Here's the problem. You won't love yourself first. Mm-hmm. You won't take care of yourself first. You're putting all your energy on things that are external.
Yeah. And I think that part is really important. I'm glad you brought it up because we do live in a culture, in a society that is wanting you to point and focus outward. And, you know, I see this with other professionals too. Like, come use my blueprint, come do this formula, and I promise you that you'll get this level of success. And there's all of this, follow me, look at what my blueprint and what I do. When I really find it super important that anyone that we're working with professionally should always be pointing back at you.
Oh, sure.
It's time for you to go within to really sit with that divine blueprint, what's within you. Because once we're operating from a heart-centered level and leading through a heart-centered level of integrity, of that inner intelligence, then you project that outward. And that will influence the people around you to work in a symphony in harmony. But when you're dysregulated, when your nervous system is dysregulated inside and you're living in fear and worry and lack, you project that out to other people. And that can happen in organizations. I see this a lot when organizations are going through, a transition or they're selling to another company. From the top down, people it's like dominoes. They're falling over like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? What's happening? And, and they're forgetting to sit within, like, how have you been showing up for the last however many years?
Right.
What integrity have you had? Like, you should have this sense of, I'm going to be okay because you've done the work internally. And I think that's one of the ultimate, I think it was Michael Singer who said, being okay inside, no matter what's going on around us, is like the ultimate win in life, which is so true. Yeah. And, if we can hold that inner peace, even in business, it's really powerful, especially in leadership. So I love that we're pointing back to the people, the person watching. We are pointing back to you.
Listen, let me tell you something. Any problem you got externally is a problem that you have internally, because the external is just a reflection of what's going on inside of you.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, if you really want your external world to change, you got to work on your inner world, because your external world will not change. I don't care how much work you do. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how much money you have. Nothing's going to change or graduate or excel or even evolve externally until you do that internal work. Yeah. That's the problem that I see in this world right now. That's the problem I see in our country right now. That's the problem, and I'm going to say it, that I see with our president right now. He has not done the internal work. The leaders that we have in our country right now have not done the internal work. They're not leading by example. They're leading by false premises and empty words. That's what's going on. And that's why our country is so divided right now. You see, because if you knew who you are, it don't matter what comes my way in my life. I know who I am. I keep my form. You see what I'm saying? So you keep your form even when you're going through those trials and tribulations, because those trials and tribulations are life's classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're learning.
Yeah.
That's where you're truly evolving. That's where you're doing the inner work.
Yeah.
See, that's why life runs the way it does. Okay, life is all things. Life is everything. You see what I'm saying? You are all things. You are everything. I was talking to somebody the other day, and this guy, he was just so high on his horse. I told him, I said, man, listen, you're the yin and the yang. You're the this and the that. You're all things. You understand? Because you are the essence of God. You get to choose what you want to be. Okay. You get to choose who you're going to be. You get to choose what you're going to say. You get to choose what you're going to think. You get to choose the actions you're going to take. And you also get to choose the creations you're going to make. I said, so at the end of the day, man, the problem is when people get self-righteous and think they're better than everyone else, what's the next step after that? It's judgment. And whenever you judge anything, you separate yourself from it. That's why I said the work that I do starts from the inside. I'm not going to do anything to change your external world. It's not my job or my responsibility or my life. It's yours. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show you where your power is at. I'm going to show you that everything that you need, God has already put inside of you. It's inside of your DNA. You just don't know how to tap into it. And the first step to tapping into that internal power, you said it well, Dr. Marie. You said the blueprint. You see, here's the deal. You've got a life to live, Dr. Anna Marie. You are here and you are on purpose. When I say you're on purpose, you're on the purpose of why you came to this planet. Mm-hmm. You're on the purpose of why you evolved into being a woman and being here in this moment and now to help move corporations forward, to help move communities forward, to help move people forward. That is what's inside of your cells. That's what's inside of your DNA. That's why you came to this planet. Every single one of us has a blueprint. See, it's like me trying to build my home with your blueprint.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Well, it does work. I'm going to build your house, not the house that I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, that's why I tell people, listen to everyone, but follow no one.
Yeah, that's good.
You see, if I'm following you, that means I'm not following my plan.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And look at society. What is society all about? Right? Social media is all about what? Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Why are everybody telling you to follow them? Because they know once they get a certain amount of followers, they can monetize their channel or whatever. And it's about the money. It's not really about the mission. It's about the money.
It should be, it's like, join me, join me in, this is what I'm up to, but with the invitation to join in, it's for you to join in as you are, and I think that that's really, really powerful, especially as leaders. There's two really defining things with leaders that I see, and I've experienced this in my own life. And when we're leading with ego, I'm not against ego. Ego is a good thing. It's what helps us show up on this conversation today. But when we lead with ego, we're leading with, look at what I have, look at what I can do. And it's like, don't you want this? I'm trying to sell something. And that always creates a fracture in any relationship. Versus when we're leading with soul, when we're leading with that inner intelligence, we're leading with, I'm just here. You're here. I need nothing from you. You don't need anything from me. What can we create together? Let's make this fun. There's a big difference in that. And we need both. We need ego and we need soul. But the order that they show up really matters. And I think when it comes to leadership and it comes with, what we're talking about today, it is that inner intelligence. It's that soul. It's coming from within. And I love the saying, when you change what's going on within you, everything around you changes. I don't remember who I heard that from, but that's always stuck with me. So what tips do you have for, if you were to say, these are 3 tips that I have for you that you could start doing that will start to change and start to shift what's going on internally if you're feeling unsettled, uneasy? What would those 3 tips be?
Those 3 tips, if you're feeling uneasy, I would say meditation is so critically important to grounding yourself again. And I'm sure you meditate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, meditation would be one. I would definitely tell people to meditate. I would tell people to ground, and I would tell people to work out. Why? Because that actually grounds your biology. Meditation, what that will do, I always tell people, let silence speak. And what I mean by that is getting to a place of silence where you can listen and you can hear what your soul is saying to you, what God, the creator, your creator, wants to talk to you. Life itself wants to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your biology wants to talk to you. Matter of fact, your biology is talking to you all the time.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that most people are not listening. They're not listening to their biology, and so
Well,
they just.
I want to jump in there. I think people are reacting to their biology because if you're listening to your biology shows up as, your stomach hurts, as acid reflux, as pain in the neck, pain in your neck. Your biology is showing up trying to point back to you that it needs a change. I always say, like, if you're working at a computer and you're like, oh, my neck is always sore, it always hurts, and and I work with all these people and they're a pain in my neck. I always say, you know what? They're not the pain in your neck. You're a pain in your own neck because you're not doing the things probably to take care of yourself. So your biology will reflect back at you what is going on internally because the body will always follow the mind. But then sometimes we can override the mind with the body, with movement, purposeful movement, shaking, moving, just like you said, movement and exercise. So I think that is important. That's one of the things that I try to teach is because we've been led to believe that our biology is this thing outside of us. Like, oh, if I get older, I'm just going to get ill. It's just luck of the draw. But really, it's your biology is reflecting back to you what's going on internally. So sorry, I had to jump in there and share that.
No. You're absolutely correct. And they need to understand that, because again, we've been socialistically trained to not listen to our bodies. We just have, we've been trained to push through. Sometimes your body will tell you to take a nap and you won't take a nap. You'll just keep pushing through. Sometimes your body will say, hey, I've had enough. Sit down and rest. Take a day off. You won't take a day off. You keep pushing through. So you're tired, your neck hurts, your back hurts, your digestive system's not working well, you're constipated, all these different things happen because let me tell you, what did I just tell you a few seconds ago? I told you your body is full of integrity. Your body knows why you're here. You understand what I'm saying? Your body knows exactly why you're on this planet. Life itself is working in harmony with your body to bring you back to the remembrance of why you came here. That's the whole game of this life. You knew exactly why you came here. You had a blueprint. You chose your mama. You chose your daddy. You chose your community. You chose it all. And see, the thing is, people don't want to take responsibility for that because they say to themselves, how did I choose this crazy family? How did I choose this dysfunctional family? How did I choose this situation? I hate this situation. Well, you know what? You chose that situation because it was part of your process of education and part of your process of evolution to bring you back to your remembrance of who you are and what you're supposed to be doing on this planet. You're never going to find out what you're supposed to be doing on this planet asking anyone externally.
Yeah.
You'll never find out asking anyone. You can ask me. I have my clients come to me all the time. Man, what am I supposed to be doing? I said, I don't know what you're supposed to be doing. I didn't create you. A lot of times I just tell them, you know what you're supposed to be doing. You're just afraid to do it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I say that to them, they start crying because they know it's true.
Yeah.
You're afraid to do it. And the reason why you're afraid is because you don't believe you can monetize your gift. You got to keep going to work every day. You don't believe that you can monetize the gift that God gave you, which is all sufficient. It's 100% complete. It's full of prosperity, joy, peace, power, all of it's in there, but you got to go get it.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And
No one can get it for you.
yeah. I think actually it's not even, to me, it's not the going and getting. It's the getting out of the way, the muck and the junk and the crap that we have put out of top of it. I love it how my friend Courtney McDermott, she is an amazing human. She's a 2-time published author, speaker. She says it's the muck. We got to remove the muck. And she's so right. So if we want to go and get it, right? We can't just go and get something. We have to get in the car, right? We have to have a roadway. We have to clear the way to go and get the thing, but we have to remove the muck so we can see clearly the path that we're supposed to take. And I love how you use those 3 things. Meditate, and meditating is getting quiet, getting that inner peace. 2 years ago, if you would have told me to go meditate, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot stop my brain. Like, you're like, what? I can literally drop in. I can literally drop in with 2 or 3 breaths and completely be at inner peace. And if I really sit with my breath, like right now, I could get emotional and just be so overwhelmed with gratitude. And 2 years ago, there's no way. So the invitation to meditate, go walk and be in nature, can meditate, just getting quiet, breathing, starting with a couple breaths. I love that. And the grounding, barefoot in the grass, or, it's wintertime. Put your hand on a tree.
Well, guess what? Here's the deal. Technology has come, again, science is catching up. There's grounding mats.
Oh, yeah.
My wife and I, we have a grounding mat. And let me tell you why. When the weather doesn't agree, because, it's cold, and it's cold in Houston right now. The ground is cold and wet, but we can go stand on our grounding mat. Okay. So there's a way for us to get in our grounding when the weather is good and when it's not. And I want to add on to what you just said. Guys, listen to me. I don't care what problem you may have in your life right now, big or small, doesn't matter. But what I do know is this is the truth. You're the problem. You're in the way. If you're unhealthy, you're in the way. If you're broke, you're in the way. If you're not happy, you're in the way. If you're depressed and you have anxiety, you're in the way. Okay, Tony, so I'm in the way. What do you mean by that? It's your beliefs. It's what you believe. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that you are worthy for prosperity? Yes or no? That's the foundation, because if you don't believe that you're worthy, guess what the universe says? So be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not worthy. You said you're not worthy when we talked about how powerful words are. Keep walking around talking about you're broke. You're going to stay broke. Mm-hmm. I know that to be true because I exercised this myself. I was broke when I came across all of this knowledge and this wisdom and this and understanding the laws. Why? Because I was walking around talking about I couldn't afford this. I couldn't afford that. I didn't have enough money for this. I didn't have enough money for that. I was paying my bills late, no integrity. Sometimes I wouldn't pay them. No integrity, not operating with integrity, not operating with financial integrity or money integrity, or not even understanding that money is just energy. Mm-hmm. It's energy. And guys, let me tell you something. I got good news for you. This is how wonderful God is, the one that created all of us. We live in a world of abundance. See, society would teach you that we live in a world of lack. There's not enough. There's more than enough. And when you come to understand that you are actually working in harmony and in tandem with a creator that owns everything, you, me, everything, you'll understand that you are partnering with someone or an entity that has abundance. When you understand that there's abundance, that there's more than enough, guess what? That's going to settle your soul a little bit. That's going to settle your spirit a little bit, that there's more than enough for you. There's more than enough for all of us.
Yeah.
That's how they keep us separated, guys. They make us think there's not enough. Yeah. So when you think there's not enough, you're going to fight for the little bit that there is. There's more than enough. You have more than enough inside of you to create whatever you desire. You just have to believe it. I told you you're in the way. Now, let me tell you why I want you to ground. Let me tell you why I want you to meditate. And let me tell you why I want you to exercise. You see, your body is your tool of creation. I want you to go build a house with no tools.
Mhm.
Don't get a hammer. Don't get a saw. No tools. I just want you to go try to build that house with no tools. Can it be done? Absolutely. I've seen other people in third world countries build homes with wood, trees, and mud. They didn't have any tools like we have in America. But again, your body, listen to me now, your body is your tool of creation. You can't create anything without your body.
Mhm.
Look at your life. You couldn't even create your kids without your body. You need your body for everything. You need your body until you leave your body. See what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. When you honor your body, that means you're honoring your life. When you honor your body, that means you're honoring your creation. When you honor your body, that means you're honoring what you're doing. That's huge to your body. You're getting in harmony with your body. Your body emits right now as you're listening to me. Your body is right now emitting a frequency, a vibration right now. You can't turn it off. Even when you transform out of this physical body, your vibration and your frequency goes with you. You see, I want you to start paying attention to things that go with you. Your
Yeah.
spirit goes with you. Okay. Your energy goes with you. I want you to start focusing on strengthening that, because when you do, everything else in your life falls into place. God said this so clearly in the Bible. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added unto you.
Mhm.
What is the kingdom? Where is the kingdom? The kingdom is inside of you. What is the kingdom? You are the kingdom in flesh. You are the kingdom in a human body, man. Do you get that? Do you see how powerful you are? You won't believe it. You won't act on it. So if you don't believe it and you don't act on it, you will never, ever know it. I tell people, you got to put this thing on. You got to wear it for a while to see if it works for you. I know it's going to work for you because this is the law of your being. Your physical body was created for movement. When you exercise, you are stimulating that. Every cell in your body is moving right now. Do you know that? Nothing in your body is still. Your blood flow is moving. Oxygen is moving. Your organs are moving. Cells are moving. Everything in your body is about movement. That's why when you don't move, you don't feel good. That's your body talking to you. That's your divine intelligence saying, hey, you are working against me, not with me.
Yeah.
Your body wants you to work with it. Life wants you to work with it. Okay. So when you exercise, you are increasing your frequency. You are increasing your vibration. And guess what else you are increasing? You are increasing the biomagnetic field around your body. You are a magnet. Did you know that? Did you know everything comes to you? That's why when you chase stuff, it don't feel good because it's against the law. You're a magnet. Magnets don't chase anything.
They
Everything
attract.
comes to a magnet.
Yeah.
So if you come with the mindset that I am a divine creature, I am a divine being, I'm having a physical experience in a physical body, creating physical things on a physical planet, and this 5-dimensional feeling that we have in our bodies, that's what this is all about. And I want you to say, I know when I say this, people look at me like I'm crazy, Dr. Marie. They look at me. This is life. It's a game, guys. It's not. Quit taking it so damn serious, man. You're gonna leave this thing.
Well, I think the key is to relax into life. And when you relax into it, you become more of the magnet. You're calling in, you're not chasing, like you said. And one thing that I do want to point out is we were talking about the grounding earlier and how it's cold. And one thing that we've gotten way too accustomed to is just being comfortable, but being miserably uncomfortable, right? Like go outside if it's freaking cold and put your feet in the grass and breathe, right? Like we're so used to, oh, this air, we got to have the air conditioning on. Oh, we got to have the heat on. Like we are so spoiled rotten that we are comfortable being uncomfortable too. And when we get in those situations where we have to breathe through something, where we have something that we're creating a stress that's actually going to give us some intelligence back, that's going to give us something good back, those are good stresses. But often we're putting ourselves in the bad stresses by not paying our bills, by not doing those things. And so pay attention, because, there's that saying, pick your hard, right? Like, it's hard to get up at 5 a.m. and go exercise. It's also hard to be overweight and sleeping in and always being late for work and rushing in the morning, right? So you get to pick your hard. And I think that pay attention, because I think it's so important that we get uncomfortable. And it can be having the hard conversation. It could be doing cryotherapy. It could be going outside and doing a snow angel in your underwear in the winter and shocking your body. It could be saying, you know what? I keep saying I'm going to start walking or running. I'm just going to go do 1 mile right now. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to go. However, if I have to crawl 1 mile, I will crawl it. But like, doing the things that are hard are really important. But I think those 3 tips that you've given people today for them to start with is so important. The meditating, the grounding, the moving.
Yes, absolutely.
Just starting there and realizing that divine intelligence that's within all of us, and tapping into that, and stop looking at the external world for validation and looking to the external world to make you feel complete inside, because that is something we have to do. That is the inner work. Okay.
There was a guy named Alan Watts that said something that I thought was so profound. He said that external life is a mirror showing you a reflection of your internal world. Mm-hmm. He said, whenever you're looking at the mirror externally in your bathroom or something like that, and that mirror has a frown, it's because you're frowned. And the only way to change that image on the mirror is not to look at that mirror and get mad at it, or look at that mirror and try to transform the mirror. You have to just transform you. You have to smile. When you smile, the mirror will smile back at you. He said life is just that way. And I have found that is exactly the truth, because I used to be a guy who walked around angry. I used to be a guy who walked around with a lot of vindictiveness in my heart because of the abuse that I went through as a child. I was holding everybody responsible for my failures. I was holding everybody responsible for all the negative beliefs and thoughts I had about myself. And my life was showing up exactly that way. I will tell you this. See, the universe doesn't speak much, and it surely doesn't yell. That's why I want you to meditate, because you'll never hear what God has to say to you or for you in a bunch of noise. It doesn't work like that. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's why going into meditation, you're going to get closer to your creator just by nature, because you're slowing yourself down, you're being quiet, and you're trying to listen. That's what it's all about. Listening to your body, listening to your thoughts, listening to that energy that's coming to you from the divine. Okay, that's very important. The other thing I want to talk to people about, which is huge, and science is just now catching up with this stuff. I don't know if you do this or not. Do you do any frequency therapy, Dr. Anna Marie?
Are you kidding me? We have so many frequency therapies here at the center. I do it remotely with people.
You know what? You need to talk to. I know we're getting close to the end of the show, but we need to talk to the people about the importance of frequency therapy, because it's important. I mean, I just told you are a vibration, and I told you're a frequency. You are a bioelectrical magnetic device. That's who you are by nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think to bring it in perspective, because using the word frequency and energy for some people, they're like, it's hard for them to grasp, like, what does that really even mean? And so I just remind those of you that are, older than 40, remember when we would be driving in our cars and we would tune in the radio station. That was a frequency signal that would be put in the air, and it would find its match, and boom, we had music. Okay. Because frequencies always want to find their match, their tuning forks. They want to vibrate in and they want to balance out and find their match. This is why our cell phones work, right? Like when you call your friend or a family member, you're not calling someone in Timbuktu named, Julio. You're not calling them. You're calling your friend Pam in Nebraska, or, you're calling somebody that you know is going to pick up and you trust they're going to pick up on the other line and you're going to be able to have a conversation. That is frequency. Frequency always going to find its match. And that's why when Anthony's saying what's going on internally is sending out this frequency, and the universe says, oh, you want more debt? Here you go. Oh, you want to struggle? Here you go. But the beautiful thing is, oh, you want more positivity in your life? Here you go. You want more abundance? Here you go. And the beautiful thing is when we start to omit that frequency, allowing ourselves to feel the thing before it even happens, and putting in our brain, we have this reticular activating system in our brain. It's like our Google search engine. Yes. Whatever you're putting in that Google search engine, your brain is going to filter the world to pick up all the things that are going to validate that. So if we're looking for, now that we're having this conversation, you may say, I've really never talked about energy or frequency or, these things when it comes to leadership. Now you may be finding on your phone, you're going to be getting all these hits with different frequencies and different information that's going to draw you back to the conversation that we're having today. But frequency, like energy medicine, is frequency medicine. And I've studied this. I love Donna Eden's work on energy medicine. But there are different things that we can do to tap into the energy fields in the body. We have energy fields that have been measured for 2,500 years. You're looking at the chakras. You're looking at the meridians. These are energy flows that influence your biology, that influence muscles, that influence, your vascular system. And so when we're working with these frequencies, everything can be identified by, it's like its own identification code by a frequency. We know the retina in your eye vibrates at a specific frequency. We know that your heart beats at a specific frequency. There's an electromagnetic. That's why when people are flatlining, we can go and take electricity and go boom and shock them back to life.
Oh, that right there proves that you are an electronical being.
Yes.
You see, when someone codes out, they don't go throw dirt on them to bring them back. They don't throw water on them to bring them back. They go and they shock them to bring them back. Yeah. That should show you right there that you are an electromagnetic energy. That's who you are. So, at the end of the day, man, and you know what's so high in the vibration, which is your words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I tell people this, it's so difficult for me to explain a lot of this stuff to them because they're beyond words. That's why I said you have to try this on to see if it works for you. So I'm going to give you 3 frequencies that I want you to kind of play around with. And it's going to blow your mind, but I need you to do it. You're not going to know unless you do it. And when you do it, you're going to be sold. You're going to be like, oh my God, he was right. The first frequency I want you to try, and all you have to do is go to YouTube and search this frequency, and it's going to pop up. There's going to be various types. And the reason why not everybody, the 528 that I listen to, it doesn't work well for my wife. For some reason, it makes her feel weird. She has to do a different one. But at the end of the day, here's what it is. Okay. 528, search frequency 528. That's a healing frequency. So if you're feeling bad, let's just say, you wake up one morning and you kind of got a scratchy throat, or you don't feel like you have a lot of energy, or you got a little pain in your shoulder or your back or something like that. You just don't feel 100% physically. I want you to go and I want you to go to YouTube. I want you to get some earbuds or headphones, and I want you to listen to 528. I want you to close your eyes while you're listening to 528, and I want you to talk very lovingly to your body. Mm-hmm. I want you to tell your body to heal. I want you to tell your body you're thankful for your health. I want you to tell your body you're thankful for your digestive system. I want you to tell your body that you're thankful for mobility. All these things that you desire to have out of your body, I want you to speak to your body in that manner as you are listening to 528. Then I want you to pay attention. Probably within 24 to 48 hours, whatever that dysfunction is, it's going to disappear. If it doesn't disappear, it's going to diminish tremendously to let you know that this is true. The universe says so, be it, and it'll prove it to you if you'll move towards this. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to listen to the frequency 777. That's the frequency of abundance. Yes, I'm trying to help you with your health, and I'm trying to help you with your wealth, okay? So 777 is your frequency of abundance. So what you can do, again, go to YouTube, pull up 777 frequency, put your earbuds in, your headphones on, and I want you to listen to it. And as you listen to it, I want you to say, I am wealthy. I have more than enough. Money flows to me very easily. Say things like that, the things that you truly desire about your finances, not what you see. Quit talking negatively against it. Start speaking positively towards it. Listen to that frequency and then pay attention. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, and you're not going to believe it. A lot of people just pass it off. But I'm telling you, this is the truth. This is how the universe works. It gives a little before it gives a lot. He who is faithful in a little is faithful in a lot. So what will happen is, this is what happened to me, so it's probably going to happen to you, and it happened to a lot of my clients as well. When you start listening to 777 frequency and you start talking about abundance, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start finding money. You're going to find money on the ground. You're going to see a penny, a nickel, a quarter, a dollar, whatever. You're going to start finding money on the ground. Now, what the universe is saying to you is, are you really about prosperity? So my question is, are you going to walk past that penny, or are you going to pick it up and say, thank you more? See, what I did is I picked up that penny and I stopped and I said, thank you more. I told the universe, thank you for that penny. And I told the universe that I desired more. So guess what? The penny grew into a nickel. The nickel grew into a dime. The dime grew into a quarter. Next thing you know, I was walking and I was finding stacks of money on the ground. Okay. So this is what made me know that this was true. Okay. Again, I observed it for my own life. 777 will help change your prosperity around. And the very last thing I want to help you with is your wisdom. 963 is the frequency of the gods. And what I mean by that is, when you listen to 963, you are tapping into universal knowledge. You're actually tapping into something which is called the Akashic Records. And I know you know about those, Dr. Anna Marie.
Yeah.
If we can just get some of these people to understand what we know, this world is going to be a much better place. The Akashic Records is where everything is recorded, guys. You guys have heard this before. It was mentioned in the Bible, called the Book of Life. Everything is recorded from the beginning of time until the end of time. It's all being recorded. And guess what? Guess what else goes into the Akashic Records? Do you know what it is, Dr. Anna Marie?
Oh, I know.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what goes into the Akashic Records and gets all the information that you need? AI does that. The algorithm, where do you think the algorithm's getting all that information? Connecting. That's what you said. What did you say? Whenever you tap on something, the algorithm's going to pick that up and send you more of it because you tapped into that frequency.
Yeah.
So the algorithm says, oh, this is what you want to see more of? More, more, more. Why? Because the algorithm is a direct reflection of the universe.
Yeah.
And that's all the universe says to you. Okay, more. It'll ask you a pretty simple question too. Is this what you really want? Because remember what you said? You told people, go stand out on the ground, start exercising. It don't matter what you feel like. If it's a little bit uncomfortable, do it anyway. And you're absolutely correct, because as soon as you make a declaration, the universe is going to come to you and ask you a question. Is this what you really want? It's going to show up. The opposition will show up. The other side will show up to see how you're going to respond, number one. And number two, the universe is just asking you, is this what you really want? If you go back to the way you were before, you just told the universe no. Yeah. But if you step into something new, you just told the universe yes. So when you tell the universe yes, then the universe says, okay, so be it. It brings you more. This is how beautiful this thing is that we call life. They just never trained us on how to live this way. And that's what we're here for, Dr. Anna Marie. We're here to wake this world up, man.
I love it. I mean, this is so perfect to end on. 528. That is the frequency of love. Bring it to you. Heal your body with that. 777, abundance. Thank you, thank you, thank you, universe, for all the wonderful, beautiful, abundant things you have brought me out of love and out of enlightenment. And then 963, the frequency of all knowledge. Tap into all of these. And what's beautiful is, yes, you can go on YouTube. You can also mantra these. 528, 528. Do it with your breath. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Again, these are meditations. These are things you can do. We can tap into it. So, Anthony, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys got a lot of great nuggets today.
I love you. I love what you're doing in the world. And you know what? I'm really glad that you transform your pain into your power. I am so grateful for that, Dr. Anna Marie. And thank you so much for having me on the show again. And guys, listen to me in closing. I want you to know something. I really need you to believe this, especially where we are today, right now. You are more than enough. I need you to really start doing the internal work. We are in a major transition in our world. We are in a major transition in humanity. As the advancement of knowledge and spirituality goes forward, so will dysfunction, so will anger, so will war, that all these negative things we're seeing is the other side of what's going on as well. You get to choose on which side you're going to focus on. Are you going to focus on all the dysfunction that you see on TV? Are you going to focus on all the dysfunction that you see in our leadership, in our country, in our communities? Or are you going to focus on that you are a powerful being, human being, and no matter what you see, you can transcend over that if you know who you are? Our job on this planet is to show love and to be agents of love. That's what we're really here for. And I promise you, if you'll start walking in that with yourself first, it'll be so much easier to walk in that with your brothers and your sisters. Take good care of yourself, live healthy, and God bless.